Couple of changes taking place as Jones wins a big tap out. It's Cordy who tries to take it away. He can't do so. McLean got a touch. Jones again taps it down to Murphy on the half-forward line. Across to Blackwell, who shoots towards goal. There's the first. Great opening for the Blues, sailing straight over the top of Madden. Wayne Blackwell puts the Carlton side on the board.
Well, Sandy, that's about the quickest goal one could ever see. Wayne Blackwell, it really, you didn't have time to settle down from the siren, and there it was going through the goal. And so a great start for Carlton.
A big crowd here at Princes Park, probably the biggest this season, as Purser gets a favourable bounce. He taps it out wide towards the wing. Sewell is there. He's under plenty of pressure. Egan also is tackled too high, and he'll take the free kick. Wastes no time. Plays on with the handball. Now the opportunity for the Bulldogs to go into attack. It's a critical game for both sides as they go up towards Beasley, waiting behind, but a great mark taken in front by Montgomery.
That's Montgomery, a great game last Sunday, Sandy, and he really is starting to show the type of form that Carlton brought him across from Western Australia for. Montgomery now, up towards centre wing. It runs past McLean. Hunter, captain today, comes out, tackled, loses possession, but he gets good support from Robertson. A last-minute inclusion to replace Wayne Johnston. Free kick going the way of Footscray, though, and it's Michael McLean.
You mentioned the omission of Wayne Johnson. That was quite a surprise to everyone, Bob.
Yes, Sandy, and Wayne Johnson will certainly be missed from the Carlton lineup as Edmund comes out in front. The strong pair of hands of Jimmy Edmund. You cannot allow him to get first touch of the ball because he rarely drops a mark.
Footscray won the toss and kicked towards the scoreboard end. Bob, is there any advantage in the breeze or nothing to speak of?
I don't believe there's any worries as far as breeze is concerned, Sandy. Very little as Jim Edmund now from 55 metres out goes towards goal. He's hooked it badly, won't make the distance even. The ball comes down. McPherson tried to gain possession. Did gain it, but couldn't get rid of the ball, and the umpire, Kevin Smith, decides to bounce the ball about 15 metres out from the Footscray goal.
Bob, great to see a crowd like this coming to support two sides like Carlton and Footscray.
Well, Carlton always have a big support, and Footscray, the way they're playing, they deserve a big support too, and so let's hope that Footscray can continue on their merry way, and that's nothing against Carlton, of course, but it's good to see the lower sides do well.
There's the massive crowd here at Princes Park. And, of course, the Dogs getting up in the last seconds of play last week in an enormous game of football. Blackwell has got 15 metres on the outer side of the ground, and he'll put the Blues into towards their attacking zone. He goes with a long kick up towards half-forward. Cordy is there. Kennedy too. Play on is the call until the umpire comes in. Vasilou says, "Gentlemen, break it up. I'll have a bounce." And so he does. A bounce just into the Carlton attacking zone. Conditions overcast, absolutely ideal for football. Purser and Jones will do the bulk of the work for most of the day as Meldrum gets a long sweeping hand pass. Madden paddles it out with his boot towards the half-forward line. It's kicked in towards the half-forward flank by Ashman, but the mark is taken there by Egan. Egan in the back pocket. Oh, he goes right across the face of goal. I would have thought after the publicity last week that that would have been taboo. Dougie Hawkins in trouble. Here's the opportunity for Hunter. He gets the handball out. Meldrum gets a hurried kick. It gathers little distance. Murphy into the open goal. Thank you, says Fraser. And there's the second one on the board to the Blues.
Well, Sandy, you called it. Maybe some people never learn. Maybe Footscray thought that seeing they won the game last week with it, and then they can use it to their advantage, but it just does not work that way. It's a percentage game, and on the percentage you certainly cannot take risks like that. Centre bounce. Purser against Jones. Purser wins a tap. Taken by Royal. Smothered by Montgomery. Comes out towards Wallace of Footscray from centre wing. Swings it down towards half forward. Beasley takes a nice mark. So it's Simon Beasley.
Too far out, Bob, do you think?
Well, you never know with Simon Beasley. His kicking is quite erratic. And now Simon Beasley playing his 50th game of league football today. Puts the ball forward. Will he make the distance? Well shepherded. It's through for full points to Footscray. Beasley kicks his first, and Footscray 1 goal, 7 points with Carlton on 2 straight 12. Footscray fans delighted, of course. Will be Simon Beasley, because I think he has backed himself to kick 80 and 100 goals for the season. So Simon Beasley.
Centre bounce once again, won by Jones this time. The chance for the Blues to go forward, that was through Dean. Peter Dean puts it out wide towards the wing. Spiro Korkamilis tapping it forward towards Meldrum. Meldrum under plenty of pressure, and so Korkamilis comes away with the football, gets it back to the player I was speaking of, goes up towards Hunter on the half-forward line. He's acting captain today, but Dougie Hawkins spears a handball away to Egan, who gives it to Cordy, and the Footscray side are out of trouble. Cordy's kick up towards the half-forward flank. Intercepting is Montgomery. He's been in form, but the player's running past and he elects to use them now. McConville, a quick chop and bang, they're out of the way. Southby's a long way down on the wing. It's a bad handball. Oh, this crowd's in for a thriller today as Royal goes down. Wallace is there too for Footscray, but the whistle has sounded. It's a free kick to Carlton, will be taken by Shane Robertson.
Yes, I really felt that Shane Robertson was very unfortunate, Sandy, not to be named in the original lineup, because his performance last week in Sydney was a top-class one from my point of view, and I was amazed that he wasn't named in the original side.
Bad kick then from Shane Robertson, going into the forward pocket, and a throw in to take place. This crowd quite electric here at Princes Park. Purser again winning it, and Egan should be for the kick. He will be. The Carlton fans can moan and groan as much as they like, but it was there. Hawkins could be the flyer here. Goes up. Blackwell waits down. He's got possession now. In towards Meldrum. Takes the mark. Too far out to score, and he's got nothing in the square at all. So he could just fire away if he wants to. He elects to go long in towards the pocket. At the back, Dean attempts the soccer off the ground. It's unsuccessful, and we'll see a bounce right in the square.
Bounce 5 metres out from the goal line of Carlton's. Blackwell in the centre against Hawkins. Punched away. Egan punches it back towards goal. Hunter, could be a free kick to Hunter. Right in the goal square. And Ken Hunter, acting skipper of Carlton today. So Hunter being brought right around by the umpire. Now, this is one I do not agree with, Sandy. I know it is the law, and you have to line up from the mark to the goal square as Hunter goes for the banana kick and makes no mistake. Ken Hunter kicks his first, and it's Carlton. 3 goals straight, 18 points, that is, with Footscray on 1-1-7.
And as you work with the man, you know he's not an accurate kick for goal, and yet on that occasion, Bobby, with the South Australia originated banana ball, he made absolutely no mistake.
I didn't say it was an accurate kick for goal, Sandy.
Let's go back for the centre bounce. You're unbelievable, Robert. Andrew Purser is the man in picture. Now, this is Wow Jones. They're the two contesting, but there's been an infringement over the square, and it will go the way of Carlton, so Wow Jones will take it from the middle.
Nothing upsets a coach more than that, Sandy. It's just giving away kicks.
Yes, down towards Madden. Egan, the opportunity to clear. Puts the ball out wide. First to it for Footscray will be McPherson, but the line beats him, and so a throw-in to take place. Carlton doing the bulk of the attacking. Very little breeze affecting this game. And again, the whistle sounds. This time it's going Andrew Purser's way. There you can see the flag. Really nothing in it. Purser's kick up towards the half-forward line. Reid is beaten by Big Butch. The plumber from Footscray, Edwards. To half-forward. Beasley. Oh, copped a ripper too. He copped a beauty. It was an accident. And so he'll go.
I don't think it was an accident, Sandy, but it...
He didn't mean to intentionally.
I don't think it was an accident, but I still think it's part of football. 15-metre penalty will bring Beasley within kicking distance because he's now only 20 metres out from goal.
Well, if it was intended, surely he would have been reported.
It's a hip and shoulder. It's a bit hard to report him for something like that.
Thank you.
But it still was intended.
Beasley going for his second. He's gold. Don't worry about the Dogs. They'll stick with them. 2-1 to 3 straight goals on sevens. Big lead.
Yes, well, Bruce Reid might be surprised to find out that there's nothing wrong with Simon Beasley. It's Beasley quite happy about that situation with 2 goals on the board.
Now, we did find out, too, who the black armbands that Footscray are wearing for, Alf. Frank Amos, doorman, committeeman of the Footscray Club for a number of years, and in memory of that man.
And the man, Sandy, has probably given Footscray many, many years of his life.
Marvellous to see. Purser from the centre takes the free kick. Down towards the half-forward line once again. Dool, the spoiler from behind. No one able to get it out effectively. Oh, there's a tackle too high. It'll be a Footscray free kick. No question of that. Rod Ashman reluctant to give the football away.
Ashman and McKenna both wearing head guards and opponents today. Free kick going down there. It's going to Beasley.
Well, here's the opportunity for Beasley to put 3 goals on the board in only 11 minutes of football. And the chance for the Dogs to hit the front. Stupid play by Carlton. I didn't see what happened, Bob.
Shepherding, Sandy, when not allowing Beasley to give the lead.
Well, Beasley, 20 metres out. Deliberate in his approach. He's goal, and away go the Dogs. 3-1 to 3 straight goals on sevens. Big lead.
So that's 33 goals so far this year, Sandy, that Simon Beasley has on the board. And started today with 30. And Beasley is a confidence player. And with 3 goals on the board in only 13 minutes of play, then he most assuredly will worry Jeff Southwood.
Centre bounce once again with Purser and Jones. One by Big Wow. Pushed down towards Hawkins, who can't get in a kick away. Egan goes for the hurried kick off the ground, but in the meantime the free kick's been picked up. It'll go back to Hawkins for over the shoulder, and he will take it from the middle. Oh, gee, they've come alive. Footscray, Sewell. Yes! Now, Beasley gives him the lead, but I fear Beasley would like it long and deep into the square. The share broker moving around similarly to the stock exchange boards. Down towards the square. Waiting down is Bruce Reid. He's unable to contain it, but he's a fierce tackler. Vassalou calls play on, and so Southby comes away. Down towards centre wing, and he finds Ashman.
Ashman now. Thought about the hand pass, but saw that Blackwell was covered. Spears it forward. Hunter played on.
He did too. He did.
Oh, should not get 15 metres. No. 30 metres, in fact. Now, that is a bad mistake, in my opinion, by Kevin Smith. You know, there was no need for that. Kennedy did not do anything wrong. Hunter definitely played on. And now he's within kicking distance with the aid of a 30-metre, which really was about 40.
He's very generous with his land.
And the reliable kicking of Ken Hunter puts it through for his second.
It's blatantly obvious that Bob Skilton works with Ken Hunter because he's got to front him tomorrow. So obviously it's reliable. But Kenny Hunter does, in fact, post his second goal, as Bob said, and the Blues are back in front with 4 straight. But an extraordinary decision by Kevin Smith when it was blatantly obvious that the player did play on. Here's the centre bounce. Purser with a long run at the football. Doesn't get an effective tap away. Jones, in fact, tries to get it down towards Corker-Mills. He can't do so. Buckley's in for his first touch. Sewell is there under plenty of pressure. Gets ripped off the football. Back to Big Wow. Buckley held, and he'll be free kicked. one of the aggressors of the Carlton side. Buckley goes with a torpedo punt, and it's long. Oh, too far for Madden. Down in towards the flank it goes. Cordy could be first to the football. Plenty of pushing and shoving. Ashman held whilst not in possession. Vasilou says play on. As the handball comes over the top, it goes towards Egan. He's got the opportunity to get them out of the way. Does so through Kennedy, who goes with a high kick to the half-back line. It may beat McLean over the line. He's under pressure, loses it, goes straight into Emmett Dunn. McLean again, still paddling the ball again, along in front of him. Well done, he gets caught the second time, but got it away. And Emmett Dunn gets them a kick over the centre, up towards the half-forward line. Footscray wanting another score to stay in touch with the Blues early on in this game. They can't let them sneak away. Kellett receives, gets the handball away. Now here's danger as Royal is steadying. Shoots in towards full forward. Beasley and Doull. Beasley one. Can't complete the second grab. Reid is there to support Doull. Gives the handball away to Montgomery. Montgomery's taken over the line, but the umpire says throw it in.
Sandy, looks as though Bruce Doull has been shifted onto Simon Beasley, and that's a compliment to Beasley, with Southby being moved away. Beasley, of course, having 3 goals, all of Footscray's goals to this date. Jones gets a tap down, taken by Reid. A hand pass across now to Buckley. Buckley steadies, puts it in towards the centre of the ground. Hunter leading in the race for the ball. Is tapped away from Hunter by McPherson. Cordy, I should say. Brian Cordy comes out. And Cordy now up towards half-forward, taken by Royal. So it's Brian Royal within kicking distance. Beasley gave the lead, but ignored on that occasion. Beasley and Doull going back now. And Doull keeping a good eye on Beasley, but Brian Royal will have the shot at goal. Doesn't make the distance. Punched away, taken by Edwards. Tackled, loses possession as he gives the hand pass out towards Edmund. Edmund close to the boundary line. Still kept in play. McPherson straightens up, runs vertically to the open goal and misses. 1 point only the result. Bad luck for Steve McPherson. He did everything right except put it through the goals.
Behind on the boards for the Dogs. 3-2, the 4th straight. Bruce Doull to bring the ball back into play. There's English, the target, and he's under no pressure at all. Now, who is standing that man? English, short in the centre wing. Hawkins propped. Kennedy tries to force the ball through towards Edwards. Reid comes to meet him. Edwards shows strength and does it well as he gets it across to Royal. Another handball away. Now, here's the opportunity for Footscray to go forward through McKenna. He kicks long in towards Beasley. Oh, what a mark! What a quarter of football this man is having. We've played barely 18 minutes. He's already kicked 3 goals for his side. Takes a mark like that and has the opportunity to put his side in. His confidence needed boosting, Bobby.
He's given the short pass though, Sandy. Finds Sewell. Good teamwork there because Kennedy, Beasley. I'm looking at Kennedy because Ken Hunter at the other end of the ground is having quite a bit of word to say to one of the Carlton runners about what's going on. But right now it's Jim Sewell. Sewell puts the ball forward. Goal umpire doesn't move far. That indicates Footscray's 4th. So it's Carlton on 4 straight. Footscray on 4-2. Footscray taking the lead for the first time in this game.
Great action here at the Princes Park Oval. In fact, it's Bobby been a bit of a seesaw lead because the Dogs did hit the front with those couple of behinds. They've got to tag on to their score, apart from Carlton, who've been kicking very straight for a goal. They've got 4 on the board.
You've got to be careful with Russell around, Sandy.
You cannot say a word because you'll get hammered down like a stake into the ground. Centre bounce again, and Purser goes to the half-forward line. The Dogs into attack. This is danger for Footscray and Russell because this is where he becomes a light. Montgomery in defence gets the handball away to McConville, who threads his way through the pack, tumbles a punt down towards the half-back line. The opportunity for Austin. Austin's kick out wide towards Meldrum on the wing. Can he get away from Cordy? He gets his kick down towards Hunter, playing out in front, but he gets a bad bounce, and Kennedy the opportunity. Gets the handball away. Kevin Smith says play can go on, and he lets it go on too. as Purser shovels the ball forward, down towards the half-forward line. Here's the opportunity for the Dogs as McLean goes long up towards the half-forward line. Reid is there for Carlton. Got support through English. English gets the handball away to Corcomelis. Back to him again. And eventually they get out of trouble, but only momentarily, because the mark is taken by McKenna.
McKenna swings it towards half-forward, centre half-forward that is. Edwards punched the ball away. Free kick must go the way of Footscray. Brian Royal was held with not in possession of the ball, and he'll take the free kick about 50 metres out from goal. Goes for the short pass. A lovely lead, a lovely kick. And Beasley now, who has 3 goals to his credit so far. Bruce still not very happy about that, but there wasn't much to do about that. And, when a player gives the lead and it's a well-placed kick, there's not much a fullback can do. So it's Simon Beasley going for goal number 4 personally and trying to post Footscray's 5th. So Beasley makes no mistake, 4 goals to Beasley, and Footscray going to 5 goals too, with Carlton on 4 straight.
And really, Robert, Royal in picture now as the man who passed it, but a full forward couldn't ask for a better first turn than this man could.
No, and as I said during the call, Sandy, there's nothing that any fullback could do when you get a pass like Brian Royals on that occasion.
So Beasley with 4 as we go back for the centre-backs. Here we go. Some 21 minutes played of this first term, and it's been a seesawing struggle with Footscray starting to gain the ascendancy. Southby's been moved out, and this leaves Dool at full-back. He spreads his way through the pack, kicks back towards the wing. Cordy unable to complete the mark. Blackwell the opportunity for the Blues. Wobbles a punt towards Hunter. Beaten, however. Meldrum, however, waiting down. Shoots in towards goal. Madden going back. He can watch it sail through. And so Meldrum scores his first, and the handy one for the Blues. Estedia as they come back into the firing line at 5 straight to Footscray's 5-2 on 7s. Holiday, big lead.
10 goals too so far for the term, Sandy, and that's good kicking in anybody's language.
It was great football, isn't it, too, on this Queen's birthday long weekend with a big crowd. They couldn't have asked for more in the first quarter of football. Those coaches not involved, like Tom Hafey, here with his family witnessing the game. Bearing in mind that the Geelong are going to have to meet them, he's having a close look. The hurried kick out of the middle was by Steve Wallace. He's got supporters. Purser goes long. Beasley, 1. Oh, Dool thumps away cleverly. Danger, though, straight to Royal. Shoots in towards goal and pops it through. He can pass and he can kick for goal. That's his first. And a great quarter of football here at Princes Park.
What a great player Brian Royal is proving for Footscray. Courage personified, and Brian Royal, one of the true rovers around these days. Very, very active player. Purser, Footscray, Jones of Carlton. They're the 2 ruckmen to compete. Goes towards Jones, but Purser having the run on, got the ball down. Robertson and Ashman was there. McKinnon almost kicked the ball clear. Forced forward by McPherson. Robertson gets a hand pass in, picked up by Dean. Dean's kick up towards the forward area. Emma Dunn forces it down. Hawkins is in underneath. Tried to tap the ball out. Gets it back now. We find Meldrum trying to get the ball clear. Picked up by Emma Dunn. The short kick goes forward. Kellett gets a hand pass out towards McKenna. Good football by Kellett as McKenna now has time to steady. Go towards Edwards. Too high for Edwards and Reid. English comes out. Straight into his opponent. Gets a hand pass towards Montgomery. Montgomery able to go onto the left foot. Back towards English. English puts it straight across the ground where Austin is completely clear. Austin now. Good tackle by McKenna, but that hand pass came from Austin towards Reid. Reid puts it up towards Dean, who misses the mark but has time to recover. Dean now. The hand pass over the top to Robertson. Puts him under all sorts of pressure. Should have been penalised, but it's called play on by the umpire. McLean copped one a little bit high. Again called play on as we find now Jimmy Buckley trying to get the ball clear of the pack, but umpire Vassalou decides we'll have a bounce.
Well, we agree that Vassalou made it hard for Footscray in that little segment of play.
Yes, I think Michael McLean at the moment is in trouble with his shoulder. Just in the background there, McLean being attended by the trainers. The ball goes out wide. and we find the mark to be taken by Jim Sewell.
So Sewell forward of centre wing. Beasley gives him a lead. Goes in towards the pocket. Dool waits behind for the big thump. Oh, waiting down again. This looks dangerous. Royal picks it up, goes in towards goal. But he's well off target on this occasion. And out of bounds in the right forward pocket. And still receiving some treatment is Mike McLean. Left wrist giving him a problem, as it has done in the past. It's bad news for him. Beasley should be free kicked. He was flattened. Play on is the call. Beasley snaps. Goal! Behind.
Got to be one of the others, Andy.
We'll take the latter because Russell informed us of the touch. But miraculously, he maintains control of the camera, as always.
Kick coming in. Oh, Blackwell takes the mark. Well disposed of by Bruce Dool. And Michael McLean coming off the ground to be replaced by Williams or Footscray. McPherson gets the hand pass in, but a free kick has been paid. Corker-Millis will take the kick for Carlton. Kevin Smith, the umpire. Spiro Corker-Millis. What a wonderful game he played last Sunday. In towards centre-half forward. Meldrum punches the ball away from Cordy. Callett gets the ball through the pack. Buckley of Carlton first on the scene. He too with Purser. Purser gets the hand pass out to Hawkins. Hawkins now with a left foot kick down towards the forward area. Reid attacked the ball, couldn't quite gain possession. Blackwell does, then loses it. Wallace gets a hand pass through towards Rod McPherson. McPherson goes for the short blast, and a well-placed kick to Williams, who's just come on the ground.
Appreciate that, Williams. Walked onto the track, and here he finds himself having a crack at goal and the opportunity of putting the Dogs some 15 points in the lead. His kick in towards the square, and a good Carlton defensive mark taken by Bruce Dool. The Flying Doormat wouldn't be overly impressed because it hasn't been a great quarter for him. He was shifted down to that last defensive post after Beasley had scored 3. Austin tapped away by Wallace to Kellett, who goes to the half-forward line. Now the bounce could favour Sewell, and it does. He swings round. Oh, he's got time to steady and shoot. He does with a drop punt up towards the full forward area, and the mark taken by Wow Jones on the last line of defence.
So it's Jones who gives a hand pass across to English, but he'll have to come back. Well, I thought he was behind the mark anyway, Sandy.
Yes, that's always a funny one. It just seems to hold up play, but nevertheless, he comes back now.
Reid punches the ball away from Cordy. Very close to the line, still kept in play. Cordy, no, a free kick has gone the way of Robertson of Carlton. And so Robertson from the half-back flank. Right on the boundary line. Shane Robertson up towards centre wing. Dean has the ball punched away. Ashman first on the scene, gets a short kick in. Taken by McPherson. No, he didn't take the ball. Could easily get a free kick.
He did that well.
He was fortunate he didn't take it, wasn't he, Sandy?
Across to Kellett, who with his strength bursts his way through. Beasley over the top, but Wow Jones standing his ground in front. My word, he's come into form, hasn't he, big Wow? Jones out to Blackwell. Blackwell has time to go long up towards the half-forward line. Madden over the top. Hunter fell behind play. Egan receives the handball, and he'll get them out of trouble. Back towards the wing. Ooh, almost a clash there with Blackwell going down. I think he's going to receive the free kick.
Did you say almost a clash, Sandy?
He's polar.
Ask Wayne Blackwell whether it was almost.
Well, I don't think he can speak to us at the moment. But Turley Austin wasn't impressed, and neither was Jimmy Buckley.
I don't think Wayne Blackwell is either.
Well, he's not. Nevertheless, now we've got 2 groups. We've got this group.
He's out, Sandy.
He is out, but I don't know. I mean, now that he is out, they're all starting to carry on like pork chops, which is highly unnecessary. We're here to play football. And there's the other group.
A very concerned group, Sandy. Blackwell has been playing a fine game. Cop one too high. It'll be a Carlton free kick. It won't be taken by Blackwell, of course. His closest teammate will take it.
I must confess, Bobby, when they did collide, I didn't think they were going to collide as they did. Nevertheless, they have. And Tommy Alvin is going to be coming onto the ground. The crowd in front of us suggesting that if you are eating at the table, then the elbow should be kept down. Well, That's their opinion, I guess. Nevertheless, we'll see Wayne Blackwell, unfortunately, be taken from the ground. But one stretcher out there at the moment. You just saw the other one leaving. It's not necessary. But we're going to have a considerable hold-up at the 30-minute mark, virtually, of this game.
I'm sure there's no reports, Andy, but
no.
Nonetheless, you'd think an enforced spell would make players realise.
Well, it really has brought a deathly halt to the game, and now unfortunately gives the opportunity. I think the trainers were out there conferring as to whether Tommy Albin could come onto the ground now. Well, Albin is running onto the ground now. There he is, wearing the number 31 jumper. And so we may get a little more football this term. But it's those sort of incidents we don't need to stop a game of football.
Yes, well, all that matters at the moment is that Wayne Blackwell is okay. Right now, of course, we just don't know quite just how badly injured Wayne Blackwell might be. Let's just hope. He has been only KO'd and has nothing else than that. We can laugh, Sandy, but
when you said only KO'd, I mean, what more does the poor boy want?
Well, he
doesn't be in with Muhammad Ali.
He doesn't want fractures or anything like that. That's what I'm saying.
No, he certainly doesn't. And I think the other sad thing is that it really has brought to a halt the momentum of what has been a very good first quarter of football.
There's 6 goals, 39 points. Footscray with Carlton on 5 straight goals, so it's 30 points. Some very concerned Carlton supporters and trainers, of course. Let's just hope that Wayne Blackwell is okay.
Well, let's see if we can get back to the game of football now, Robert. Now, we were on the outer side of the ground. Yes, there's Alex Marcoux and Steve Goff, is it? Steve Goff on the outer there, keeping a close eye on proceedings. But back to the game at hand.
It'll be a Carlton free kick. Free kick being paid to Wayne Blackwell. It will be taken by Montgomery.
Right, here we go. Last. Wayne Blackwell, unfortunately not taking any further part in this game. You can put the bottom dollar on that. But very sad for him because he's been a very good little player.
He started this game off in superb style because he put Wallace out of business for the first term and doing well himself. Up it goes. Madden couldn't take the mark. Over the boundary line it goes. Throw-in to take place on half-forward flank for Carlton. Temper's a little bit frayed out there at the moment.
Not only out there, but also on the sidelines, Robert. But you keep an eye on the game, and I'll keep an eye on this.
There's Wayne Blackwell. Now we're back with the play. Players desperately diving in. Brian Cordy was in there underneath the pack, and umpire Baz Vassalou decides to bounce it once again.
I've got an idea that the siren may sound just in time, but we're going to have a considerable amount of time on. We've already had 6 minutes. It's gone up towards Williams, who was the interchange player. He goes over the centre of the ground. Wow, Jones has his name on this. Well, you forgot your name for a moment. It's taken by Reed across to Ashman, who gets a hurried left foot kick up towards the half-forward line. No mark taken. Meldrum, Hunter, could have been pushed in the back. Hell, says Vassalou. So Kenny Hunter will take the free kick from the half-forward line as Wayne Blackwell makes his way down to the medico grounds. Hunter's kick. High, difficult one to grab. Alvin, who's fresh on the ground, is forced onto the defensive. Now he butters up again. He's keen, this boy. Tries to get the handball away, but the pack develops and Vassalou comes in from the bounce.
9-point advantage in the favour of Footscray as we see Wayne Blackwell being taken off the ground. But it's the game that we're concerned with right now. And from about 35 metres out from the Carlton goal, Vassalou about to put the ball down. Madden against Purser. Madden gets the tap. Knocked out. Meldrum takes it, puts it up towards goal. It made the distance. Emmett Dunn's there. I think it was a goal. Goal umpire coming out to indicate, but for mine, Sandy, he was over the line.
He'll have to retrieve his hat, but I think it is a goal. Otherwise, he wouldn't have bothered about the hat.
1 goal to Meldrum, so he brings up his second. And the Carlton now go to 6 straight. 36 with Footscray on 6-3. 39 to get the okay from the field umpire. Sandy?
He's got the hat back. That's the main thing. Well, it set the crowd alight. I guess that's what they're
Like the Lone Ranger last night.
Don't tell me you're going to play Tonto. Here's the siren. And it ends the first term. And what a first quarter it's been. With Footscray 6-3-39 leading Carlton 6 straight 36 on 7. Big lead.